Кто бы ни выиграл чемпионат Англии, неизменно одно. На параде в честь победителей обязательно выступает какая-нибудь очень хорошая группа. На параде в честь грандиозной победы Сити в этом сезоне с кучей побитых рекордов, конечно, хотели увидеть кого-то из братьев Галлахеров, но не сложилось. Однако без хорового исполнения Oasis все равно не обошлось. У Ноэла Галлахера важная причина. Он находится в туре, в рамках которого, кстати, заедет в Петербург и в Москву в первые дни лета. Но время поговорить об ослепительной победе любимого клуба он все-таки нашел.
Congrats.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah. What is your peak of the season, the best memories?
The best memories. I guess when we beat United at Old Trafford. I've missed it. I had to watch a lot of it on TV because I've been on tour. But I was in the stadium the day that we beat Arsenal and we beat Liverpool, we beat Tottenham, we beat Chelsea. I was there those days, and then I was there the day that we received the trophy, and they let us get on the pitch with the players with my two sons, so it was great. But the whole thing has just been incredible. I'm not sure we'll even begin to understand how great it is for a few years yet. To get all those points is fucking insane. Well, no, you can only beat if you end up being the best in the league, then that's all you can do. But would this team beat those other teams? Of course, I think we've got better players now. But those other teams that won the Premier League title the other two times were great teams, with great managers. But I think this season will go down as, but it can't get any better than this. It's physically impossible.
But what brought you more emotions, this season or?
Oh no, the first one was fucking crazy. That was crazy. I wasn't even in the country when it happened. I was in Chile, in a bar in Santiago, at 10 a.m. And when Aguero scored that goal, it was fucking. I had to do a gig that night, and I was so exhausted after watching the football. But yeah, the first one was the best because it had the moment, you know. But this one was pretty good because on Sunday or Saturday, whenever it was, when Jesus scored the goal for the 100 points, it was kind of like that moment. So they were both good.
Yeah. You've been the pundit with Gary Neville.
Well,
yeah.
Now, I was a guest on the show. I'm not sure I was a pundit.
Yeah, you were the guest.
Yeah.
With Gary Neville, tell us about this experience.
Oh, it was great. You know, when they asked me to do it, I was kind of like, oh, wow. So I agreed to do it. And then I knew that if we got beat, it was going to be a very difficult day because he's as much a die-hard United fan as I am a City fan. And but luckily we won, you know. And it was just incredible to be able to sit there and, you know, in Old Trafford and watch the team play like that. But it's fascinating to see how it all works, you know, on the TV. And yeah, it's great. Loved it. I would consider him a friend, yes. Yeah, he's great. He's a good guy, a really good guy. He's very passionate. He's funny, intense, but engaging as well. I think he takes what he does very seriously, but doesn't take himself too seriously. He's on another level, I think, to most managers, but on a personal sense, he's great company.
And also, I'd like to know, what do you think about Jose Mourinho?
Well, I liked him when he was at Chelsea, but he's at United now, so...
Has your opinion about Wayne Rooney changed?
No,
No?
no, I don't like him. No.
But he wants you.
Well, he's only human. Well, I guess I was into football before I was into music. So it means the world to me. I went to see Man City for the first time in 1974, and in my bedroom where I lived in Manchester, we could see the floodlights of the ground from my bedroom. So it was always a kind of magical place. And of course, in those days, in the 70s, we didn't have mobile phones and cable television and video games or anything like that. So the only thing that you were into was football. And then as I got older and started to get into music, then music became obsession. But football, yeah, it's everything. It's everything. Drives my wife fucking insane. I loved it. I've said to Guardiola a few times, you know, if City get relegated from the Premier League next season, the crowds won't go down. There'll be still the same amount of people there. So City fans are not glory hunters. Well, my generation of City fans that I come from are not glory hunters. You know, I followed them all the way down to the 3rd division, and all the way back up again to where we are now. And if we never won another game of football for the rest of my life, it's fine. It's cool. I still go because I like the people that I meet when I'm there, and it gives you, because I live in London, when you go to the games, it gives you a sense of where you're from and who you are, and belonging to something that's bigger than you are. And I like that. So I would never, I mean, it's great now because, you know, everybody's saying we're one of the greatest teams ever, and that's great. But it's in there, you know, it's just, really, it's irrelevant whether we win or lose, you know what I mean? It's part of my childhood and adulthood, so I'll support them forever.
And they play your song after the win?
They play a lot of my songs, yes.
What does it mean to you?
Well, it's great. It's great. I was on, we were on the pitch a couple of weekends ago, and we got the trophy, and with my 2 boys, and they're playing Wonderwall, and the crowd are singing and all that, and it's, you know, they're great moments, you know what I mean? It's nice to be a part of, in a tiny, tiny way, part of the club, you know what I mean? And it's good. I like it.
We have been on the parade of Manchester City. You unfortunately can't go. But there are a band called Blossoms.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Do you like them?
Yeah. I took them on tour. We just toured around Europe. Good lads, City fans. So they're good lads, actually. I like them. I like them a lot.
They are not glory hunters as well.
No, they're too young. I think I don't know how old they are. They can only be in their 20s, so they're only young.
24.
Yeah, 24, 25. So yeah, but they're. Yeah, I was actually at the match with them a couple of weeks ago, and they're kind of, yeah, they're good lads.
Many rockers support Manchester City. Why? Why not United?
Well, why would you? I don't know. Maybe it's the parts of town we come from. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. At the fuck. David Silva. He's just fucking unbelievable. There's no words to describe how great he is. But they're all, I mean, I love them all of them. There's not a single one player in that squad where you just go, oh, he's a bit shit. Not one, which is an amazing thing. I love them all. No, I'm not really a fan of England. I hope they do well. But when they get beat, the country is in fucking turmoil. Do you know what I mean? It's like the worst thing ever, you know. And I don't feel it like that. But I support Scotland and Ireland, and you know. But I think I'm going to. I don't know who I'm going to support in the World Cup. It depends who the City players are playing for. So I would like the City players all to do well. But I don't really like international football. It gets in the way of Premier League. If I'm coming back off tour and I look at the thing and someone say we've got 10 days off, and I'm like, fucking great. Then you go home and someone will say, oh no, it's an international break. You're just like, oh, for fuck's sake. You have to sit around watching fucking England play Mogadishu, you know what I mean, on a fucking Tuesday, and it's 0-0 at half time. It's just like, fuck off. New bands. What am I listening to? Oh God, everything. I listen to everything. The most interesting thing in music now is probably dance music, I would say. I do like dance music. Guitar bands, nah, they don't really do it for me. Although I was saying that, I do like Blossoms, and there's a band called Jungle that I really like. But I'm more listening to old stuff, really. So to be honest, I don't really know what's going on in music, to be honest. I don't know. Oh, there's a band called Youth of the Apocalypse. It's a really, really brand new band that are going to be putting a record out soon. And another band called Silent K, who've just done some gigs with, which I thought were really great. But other than that, I don't know. Well, what inspires me to make music? Just listening to music. You know, I'm not an avid reader of books or anything like that. What inspires me to make music? I don't know, I might be just listening. I might hear something on the television. Or you know, I don't know. I don't really, when I do interviews and journalists ask you to analyse what you do, I don't like to do that, because I just put it down to magic. It's not, I don't know. That's why I don't read reviews. I think reviews are insane. You know, if you're, about like the tour I've just been on, my band are always telling me, oh, we're getting great reviews, and I'm like, well, what does it mean though? You know, it's just someone's opinion, isn't it?
You've been in Russia 3 times?
I can only remember one, but I'll take your word for it, yeah.
So what memories you have?
Well, I remember going there for the first time, it was just solo. It was me and just doing an acoustic thing. I don't even know why we did that. And it was so amazing to be in Red Square, because I'd only ever seen it on television. And it's like, fucking hell. We had a great time. Because usually when you're in London, you only ever meet, maybe at most, 2 Russian people at the same time. That's maybe at most. When there's like thousands of them, it's fucking insane. It is, it's insane. And I loved my time in Moscow, and we went to this nightclub called Crisis, and I'd only ever heard about Russian vodka, and I don't really drink vodka, right? It's a girl's drink, you know what I mean? It's like whatever. But I spent the night on the vodka in Crisis. Fucking hell. It was unbelievable.
What do you think about Russians, people?
I like them. Yeah, they're funny.
How the crowd?
The crowd, I can't remember. I can't remember the crowd. The people, when you meet them, are funny. Funny fuckers, man. Because they don't give a fuck. That's what I think about the Russians that I've met. They don't give a fuck. They're not interested in being cool, being uncool. They don't give a fuck. They're very proud to be Russians, which is good for them.
As Mancunians?
No, we do give a fuck. Yeah, we're not. We're not. No, there might be some similarities there. There might be. I don't know. Russia's too big to be compared to a tiny little place called Manchester, I think.
Thank you very much, Noel.
Thank you very much.